indicative tenses, in indicative tenses, we have four groups in English. In Spanish, we have more. We have, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that, but yes, we're gonna talk about Spanish, but not about all of them. So, in English, we have four groups of tenses within indicative. Okay, so we have the simple ones, we have the progressive ones, we have perfect and perfect progressive. What is a simple tense? What is a simple indicative tense? In English, in Spanish, and any other romantic or romance language. Personal pronoun and a verb. You have a personal pronoun and then you have a verb. That's it. Um, you have the verb conjugated. That's the only thing that you need in a simple tense, in a simple sentence. Okay? Okay. Now, before I go with the next ones, each one of these groups has or have four tenses. Okay? In Spanish, we have five. Each one of these has four tenses in English. And in English, they are present, past, future, and conditional. In Spanish, we have present, two pasts, future, and conditional. So each one, the simple sentences, the simple sentences will have present, two past, future, and conditional. The progressive sentences will have present, two past, future, and conditional. The perfect sentences will have the same amount, five and five tenses. What are tenses? Tenses are time, what expresses the time. It's either it's today, or was yesterday, or will be tomorrow, or something that happened long time in the past and will never change. All right. What happens here? What is the difference between simple tenses and simple? Let's call them sentences. Sentences. All right. What is the difference between simple sentences and progressive sentences? Here's a simple difference. The simple sentences do not have a helping verb. Okay, doesn't have a helping verb. A progressive sentence does have a helping verb, and that's going to be our helping verb to be. In English, we say I am, or we could say you are, or we can say he is. And then we put the verb with ing. I am working. You are working. He is working. So we're using the to be form as a helping verb to change the form of the verb, of the main verb. So we add ing. All right. That is the difference between simple sentences and progressive sentences. Grammatically. Now, conceptually, there's also a difference. What is the difference between the two? Very simple. This is the progressive is happening in a specific time, either in the present, happening now, either in the past, future, or conditional. It will be a continuous action, so it will be happening. All right. Now, in simple sentences, is very generic. Everything that you express within those conjugations is very general. So, I work. Okay. If you're not specifying, that could be part of your routine. That could be just something that you do every day. So I will have to ask more questions instead of I am working. I don't. It's very specific. That action is taking place right now, and you're doing it. So, are you working right now? Yeah, I'm working. Okay. Instead of I work. Okay, you work today. You work every day. What do you mean when you say I work? No, no, I'm working. Oh, there's a difference. With progressive, I'm specific. With simple sentences, I am not specific, unless I'm giving specific information. I work every day at 2 p.m. So now I am being specific. Make sense? But if I just say I work or I eat, I am being very genetic. Yeah, general. Very good.
Viviendo ya
Any
desde
questions
ya.
so far? ¿Tú piensas que es importante que las personas que están prestando servicios aquí en la República Dominicana, por ejemplo, en el caso de Jarabacoa, que está creciendo en este nivel turístico, aprendan inglés?
Claro, recordemos que, tal y como mencioné anteriormente, el inglés es uno de los idiomas más hablados como segunda lengua en muchos países. Tenemos un aproximado de 195 países y si contamos los euroasiáticos serían más. Pero unos 58 países de esos 190 y tantos hablan inglés como segundo idioma. Entonces, el inglés es un idioma que es prácticamente global. Se utiliza para las comunicaciones, en los deportes, en las computadoras y en muchas otras cosas. Y todo, donde sea que tú llegas, vas a encontrar a alguien que hable inglés. Y ahí está la clave. Si tú vienes
Okay.
aquí a...
So the helping verb for this tense is going to be to have in English. And here's where the confusion. Here where you have to be. This is why it's so important you go step by step of memorizing the sentences, all right, and the tenses, and um, not overthinking the, the structure. It's very simple. All the sentences will have first a personal pronoun. After the verb, personal pronoun. I'm gonna write down an example, but I'm just elaborating, just giving you the introduction for each one. Personal pronoun, verb, conjugated, present, past, future, whatever. Personal pronoun, auxiliary verb or helping verb, and that's it. And the verb with ing in English. I am working. I was, I will be, I would be working. But the working stays the same. Working, 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 working. Same in Spanish. Yo estoy trabajando. Yo estaba trabajando. Yo estuve trabajando. Yo estaré trabajando. Yo estaría trabajando. Trabajando, trabajando, trabajando. All the time. Here, the same happens. The helping verb for this tense is going to be to have. So I have, and then the verb will go to what we call participle. Another way of past tense in yeah, in English. Go ahead.
Perfect means the helping verb.
Yes, and it's to have. So in English, the verb to have can do two things. Could be the primary verb or the helping verb, as it is in this one. I could say, I am Roger. So the am is the primary verb, it's the main verb, the yo soy. I am in the DR. Yo estoy en la República Dominicana. Now expressing location. So in Spanish changes. It's yo estoy. When I say I have a car, so when after that have, there is an object, a direct object, something that I can possess. Now have becomes the primary verb. I have a car. Yo tengo un carro. Same way happens in Spanish. Okay? Now, if after that have, I put another verb conjugated in participle, now that have becomes a helping verb to express that that action, the other one, the other verb, is the primary verb, and that happened sometime in the past. For example, I have eaten. So it's not I have eat. No, I have. It's not even I have to eat. It's I have eaten. So that word, that conjugation there is participle. The same thing happens in Spanish. When you put another verb conjugated after the helping verb to have is participle. What you are indicating is that that action that is in participle, like eaten, I have eaten, Now is something that you have done, something in the past that cannot be changed, just something way there, back there that happened. Okay, very good.
What becomes the participle?
The main verb that is goes up eating, yeah, to eat, yeah, it goes after have. Okay, any questions?
When you said have, if you put it before another verb, it does what?
It's a helping verb that changes everything. Every helping verb will change the concept or the direction. Yeah, let's say it this way. Every helping verb will change the direction of the concept of the primary verb. For example, if I say, oh, let me give you another example in English. That's what a preposition does. If I say, I turn, all right, I turn. That means, okay, you're turning, okay. But if I put a preposition there, that changes completely the concept. So the preposition, what it does is changes the direction of the concept of the main verb, that is to turn. But if I say, put there after that, I put on, now I am not turning. Now I'm saying something else. I turn on, okay? Or I'm turning off the car. So it changes. It's not that the car is turning, it's just turning off, it's shutting down. Make sense? So same thing will happen if I put have before the main verb. Now it's not I eat or I ate or I am eating. It's I have eaten. So it's just the concept changes. All right? All right. So this is English classes. This is how English classes go. This is what I do when I'm teaching, Latin Americans. Uh, Put that on that in the comments. We can, do classes at the same time. Yeah. All right. So with this being said, I'm not gonna touch this, but what I would say is that this one is a combination of this, of this and this. All right. It's a combination of both. That's what I'm going to say right now. Yeah. So let's start with the first example for the simple sentences. Then I'm going to do the progressive, and then I'm going to walk to the perfect and keep going. All right. I'm going to try to do one in all the tenses: present, past, future, blah blah blah. Same thing here. Same thing here in perfect, and then we'll see if we can get to this one. If we cannot get to the perfect progressive, we'll try to do it next time. Very good. Just please write down what I'm going to write down on the board. Here in the simple sentences, the one that is going to change all the time, or the one that's going to be conjugated all the time, is the main verb. So the one that is next to the personal pronoun. That's it. Whatever you put after that personal pronoun in the simple sentences, that is the one that is going to be conjugated in any tense: present, past, future, or conditional. Every time you put that verb next to that personal pronoun, a personal pronoun has to pick a tense: present, past, future, or conditional. Good? What happens here in progressive um, sentences? Now that main verb will be only set in a certain way, depending upon its ending. Okay? If the verb ends on AR, it's ando. If the verb ends on ER or IR, it will always be IENO. BO. Okay? You have it here. So, if it's not trabajando, so ER, ver. Sorry, just thought about that real quick. Ver. This ER will change for subir. That IR will be changing for the same ending.
So, if you use each one of those, viendo, subiendo, and
Oh yeah, yo estoy viendo la pared. Yo estoy subiendo las escaleras, stairs. So you would in English you say going. Okay, I mean not touch that, but yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. Okay. Questions? Nobody else? You good? Okay. Very good. So you have okay here. The only thing that will be conjugated is the helping verb to be. Okay. Estoy, estuve, estaba, estaré, estaría. You will have to learn them, yes, of course, in all the personal pronouns, because every single personal pronoun will change. Upon each one of them, it changes. Yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella está. That's something that you have to do. No shortcuts. I'm sorry. But for this one, for the main verb is either ando, oyendo, and yendo. That's it. You don't have to conjugate that. It's only this part. Once you learn this, you know progressive. You're done. Good. With this one, once you learn how to do this, the haber, you learn this part. Once you learn this in all the tenses, you know this and you know that. Why? Because with this, the only thing that will happen to the main verb is that if it's AR, you put ado. So cantar, cantado. Okay? ER or IR, well, ver is their changes for irregular. But subir, subido. Another ER verb, comer, comido. Comido, subido. So unless it's irregular, well, the ending will be always this. Just put it that way. The endings will always be ado, ido, ido. Okay? For AR, ER, and IR. Questions? You think you're processing.
I'm not sure translating these into English.
Oh yeah, it's simple. I have worked many times. Many times with this guy, or I have acted like never before, or I have eaten a lot of stuff when I was, years ago. Just I have what I
So that auto or edo pretty much always translates into
ed or e. If the verb has already the e. Love. So there, when you combine the two, what happens is now you're saying, I have been, B E E, let me just do it one in English. So you're just doing this. Okay, with this one, the perfect progressive, the key there is the helping verb haber, okay? And now with with this being will always be would be estado, always. You see, doesn't change. It doesn't matter what tense is, it doesn't change. Now these two won't change ever. It will be always estado o trabajando, ando, oyendo. So what are we doing? We're combining ado, okay, only ado, because we now have two helping verbs. The main one that represents the perfect tenses, then the other helping verb that represents the other, that these are teaming up, if you will, a perfect and progressive, okay, and then the ando, that is the main verb that was happening, okay, oh that will, yeah, that have been happening. Good. Now conceptually, with all these four, or how to get this down, how to assimilate things, process all this information. You can do it two ways. The simple way, the one that I consider is simple, you do a lot of writing. And that is hard because your brain or your mind fights with you. It's too boring. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even speaking it. And I don't really know what it means. Yes. So, yeah. So that's that. I consider that's the simplest way to get this down. Uh, that's what I think. Well, 10 years. Think that that's the simple way of getting it down. Now, the other way you can do this is, and I think this is the way that takes the longest. You write, you grab all the presents, and you practice them conversationally. That's the is the one that takes the longest. Why? Because you're applying it, but now you have to sit down and process what you're saying. Okay, but if it's like this, and you don't have enough, information of the rest or how it goes. Make sense? So doesn't make sense. For example, if I don't know any English and I try to speak I try to say I work and I am working and I have worked and I have been working, but that's the only thing that I know. But I do not know how to place them within the conversation. I'm limited and I'm going to struggle because it's either I work or I am working, but so you have been working. Whoa. Have you? You? I have worked. No, but I'm asking you if you.
So you'd recommend doing all the present tenses?
I I recommend there are what I recommend is the first one. Doing this, then this, then this, then this. Writing them down all the time. Pom, 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 pom. Going through them. Boom, boom, boom. You pick. One day, you do all the simple with one verb. All the personal pronouns. Next day, progressive. Oh, you do it per week. First week, all of this. Second week, all of this with all the personal pronouns. Third week, fourth week, boom. And you go over. And that could be your 6 months plan with this. Because even like, so that takes time. It's a process. But that's the simplest and fastest way and accurate way. The most accurate way to get this down. If you want to speak it and practice it and read it and do other stuff, that works as well. But as far as I know, this is the fastest way. It takes time.